Alright guys, I'm gonna try to keep this short. I was having a problem with my bike. Speeds between 20 miles per hour to about 80 miles per hour. I was getting this woo 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 noise. It was coming from the tailpipe. It was only at acceleration. When I would ride the clutch, it would go away. So if I just decelerated and rode the clutch, it would go away. But every time I would go to speed up, the bike would just start shaking. The front end would just bounce, the tank and the handlebars would just bounce up and down, you know. I read a lot of forums. People said it was the rear tire needing to be balanced, or it had a broken belt. Some people said it was the front tire. Some people said it was the throttle body that needed to be cleaned. Some people said it was the bearing either in the front or the rear tire, or the bearing in the swing arm was bad. I went through all of this stuff and could not find out what was wrong with my bike. I cleaned the throttle body. I put a new rear tire on. That's a 300 tire. That tire costs a lot. I put a front tire on. I checked all the bearings, front tire, back tire, swing arm. I have air ride, so there's nothing loose there. I had the front fork seals changed, and it was still doing it, and no one could figure out what was going on. So I go to this one forum, and this guy goes, I think it's the chain. I think that the chain is stretched and the chain is shaking up and down, and that's what's making the bike do this. And I'm like, in my mind, I'm like, there's no way. So I'm like, well, I've done everything else. Let's order a new chain. So I ordered a 530 chain, drag strip chain, thick chain. As you can see here, that's a new chain. So I replaced it with this chain here. Lord behold, I went out to ride it. The bike didn't make the noise anymore. So I went through all of that, and it was the chain in the drive chain in the front, and that was it. I'm going to show you guys how a bad chain looks and a good chain looks, the difference between the two. So I had to get out my trusty caliper. It's going to be in millimeters. This thing will let you measure the inner diameter of something. So this right here is a good chain. This is a part of the brand new chain I just purchased. Okay, now what we're going to do is we're going to check the inner diameter of the inner links. Okay, so we're going to go in here and right here, and we're going to check this inner diameter. Okay, now you can see that the inner diameter of this chain is, hold up, 9, you know what, let's just pull it out. It is 9.67 millimeters. That is a 530 drag strip chain. That is the inner diameter of that inner link. This link here. Not this one, but the one on the inside. Now we're going to go to the bad chain. Okay. You can already see that you have gaps in between these rollers. Look at these gaps. This should be touching. You see that? That should be touching. That's going all the way down this chain, okay? Now let's see how wide the inner diameter of this chain is. All right. So the inner diameter of this chain is 11.37. That is terrible. I mean, this chain could have popped. You know what happens when the chain pops? It's automatically gonna crack the engine case. It's gonna break the water pump. It's gonna do damage. $3,000 worth of damage. Trust me, I've had it happen before. So I want you guys to see this. This is how you know your chain is bad. You need a new chain. Look, you can look in here and see that some of the O-rings that are supposed to be between the outer and the inner links are missing. Look at that. There's no gap. But if you go over here, you see that gap? It's a ring in there. See those rings? So even the rings have broken out. You know, have broken, dry rotted, whatever. But look at this. So if your chain looks like this and not like that, that is a bad chain. Alright guys, that's all I wanted to tell you.